All right, y'all. So on this one, I want y'all to hear Remy Ma's diss track.
Free Remy. You know what? Free Remy. Fuck you, free Remy.
Okay, that's Nicki Minaj. Because I know some of y'all don't know who Remy Ma is.
Dumb or a pink diamond chicken wing chain. Are you dumb? You had a leopard beehive on your head. Are you dumb? Are you forgetting that I pressed you before, bitch? Fuck Nicki Minaj. Fuck with your soul like she the queen.
If I'm team anybody,
I prove you lost already. They told you your whole
I'm team Remy. Remy straight, bitch. No chaser.
Got a dumb ass talking crazy, and we all know that you dumb ass. You get donkey of the day, yeah, you dumb ass. Let's be honest, you stole that line about bitches being your sons. How you take my 09 jail tweet and run? Talking about okay, all right. Just giving y'all a little taste of that. So in a little while, I'm gonna have to go pick my boys up from school. They're doing great. Y'all see my little tag on my head. So, Remy Ma addressed the whole issue. And if you are a subscriber, I have new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. You don't know what it feels like to have some of you queens amongst me. It is a blessing indeed. Now, if you don't know who Remy Ma is, she is a rapper who has been featured on Love and Hip Hop New York. And she, a little while ago, served some time for basically a violent crime. She served, you know, a sentence. However, she was released. She was married in prison. She has her family, her children, and she has been producing music. That was just she's a battle rapper. Now, there are genres of rap if you don't follow rap, but that's something that we're not covering, and I'm trying to learn how to keep these videos short. But Remy Ma is a battle rapper, and Nicki Minaj is a pop star. Okay, so in other words, Remy Ma is the epitome of the type of rapper that is first pioneered in the rap genre. Okay, we've seen the movie Roxanne on Netflix. Well, Roxanne Shante was a battle rapper in New York. Okay, she's currently still residing there. She does more than that with her life. However, her claim to fame is battle rapping, as is Remy Ma's. So the song we just heard, Sheether, was after Remy Ma was released. And you heard Nicki Minaj herself say, free Remy. Well, once Remy got out and there was Papoose, the children, all of these people, Papoose is Remy's husband. Then, of course, Remy Ma is featured on Love and Hip Hop New York. Cardi B is featured at that time on Love and Hip Hop New York. So Nicki Minaj is a hip hop New York rapper. However, she is not a battle rapper. So she was basically trying to backdoor Remy Ma, like I'm being done, but that's a part of it. She was trying to backdoor Remy to keep her off the red carpet, to keep her from winning Grammys, and all of these things. And see, that's the precursor to what happened with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. The beef with Remy Ma started first, and Cardi B is just an innocent bystander, I feel, by being on Love and Hip Hop New York. Now, if you don't tune in, Cardi B was begging this DJ she was dating named DJ Self to just play her music on the show. He was like, no. So after the first season basically was over with, Cardi B dropped Bodak Yellow. Sheether, which is a play off of Nas's Ether, who was mentored and influenced by Roxanne Shante, the first female battle rapper MC. Remy Ma basically did something that was symbolic, literal, and gangsta at the same time. I love her all together. So just like we have Nicki Minaj with the show, Remy Ma is featured quite often. She's given a platform. However, they don't feature her as much because she does not do all this name calling and insulting that we see with Nicki Minaj. She explained about Sheether that was only after she learned that Nicki Minaj was trying to backdoor her. She even told her, I'm not concerned about the dissing because I'm a battle rapper. I don't mind doing those things. We can talk about each other all day. That's how we get our money up. So she basically ran Sheether after Nicki Minaj showed herself to be not only sneak dissing, but also trying to exclude her from financially securing the bag for her family. Which plays in the theme about how they downplay the positive, the now positive. Because Remy Ma had a name for herself prior to settling down. She never was one of those twerking rappers. However, she was one of those rappers who knew how to battle. If you want to insult, I can insult. So we saw why Nicki Minaj was trying to keep her from gaining ground. Because if we're talking about insulting one another, Remy Ma is the first one who showed Nicki Minaj how to shut it down. That's why she's crying bullying now. However, Remy Ma showed herself to be the bigger person who's ever growing. And she basically explained why she made Sheether, which is what I just told you guys, because she found out Nicki Minaj was trying to do her how Cardi B was doing her, which is the reason why Cardi B has been so vocal. Now, if you don't follow these people's Instagrams, and a lot of people don't, and if you don't follow their Twitter, and if you don't follow this, and if you don't follow that, then you don't know what starts it. All you see is what happened at the Met Gala. All you hear about is that Remy Ma went to prison. But they don't tell you how these women are really being blackballed because they don't want to be seen as a piece of ass by the men in the industry. Now, let's address the fact that Cardi B was accused of being like Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. Now, first, with the Central Park movie coming out on Netflix about the Central Park Five, and they're now being called the Exonerated Five. And this is my thing about black people constantly trying to elevate a name. Leave a footprint for history. Don't always try to outdo the name that's been established, because that's the way for children to find these things out when we're no longer here. Try to let people learn from what they were called from jump. And we don't have to add the exonerated because the 6 Central Park 5 were exonerated. The Exonerated Five. I just feel like it's all about outdoing each other. But then you have female rappers like Remy Ma who went to prison. And you have female rappers like Cardi B, along with men like Bill Cosby and R. Kelly, who I believe saved a lot of women. See, y'all don't understand what it is out in these streets. You can call R. Kelly and Bill Cosby Captain Save-A-Hoes. So when you hear these rappers, and Juicy J has one that I listen to for myself to help me make better choices in men, and it has worked. These hoes for everybody. Juicy J. Why you cuffing my nigga? Is you the police? So, you know, that's why they say that though. Because if you allow women who have that parasitic thing to get on you, they can flip it on you. So you can't Captain Save-A-Hoe. She's constantly conniving for the man she really wants. And so what you see with R. Kelly, what you see with Bill Cosby is the fact that a woman like Cardi B was able, look, this my friend in my head. Hey, Cardi B. So I don't care. I play into being crazy because it's funny to me. You know what I'm saying? But she's my friend in my head. So if you play into a woman like Cardi B being able to play over a man like R. Kelly or Bill Cosby, which she would have totally, okay, then it is a power struggle, and she did outplay them because she has taught the men who got played that you can't save a hoe, okay? And that's the difference between getting played by a woman who was not going to be played by you. And that's what happened to Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. I do not believe, like everybody all of a sudden wants to say that OJ did it. I don't think so. Why would he have to kill her? You guys don't understand what it is for a person to rack up a coke habit. Okay? I remember when I was working at a hotel, a motel here in my small town.
There was 2 murders and a fire out in the field right behind me. Somebody, the Colombians or the Mexicans or somebody. Now, here's the thing with people like Trump trying to blame it on race alone. How they able to do stuff like that and ain't nobody see a fire? No one saw a fire. So you mean to tell me a fire was someone that transferred a born body there? I wasn't even trying to find out. This is exactly how I'm from this place, and you can have this shit happen in front of my face, and because I don't get into the inner and outer workings of it. So it's not far-fetched to believe that a woman had a coke habit that it resulted in her death. Why else would they violate OJ like they did? And why he got to be heard about it if they were over? Bill Cosby was raping women like this, yet society allowed him to get up in the ranks. Just to do what? Tear him down by saying he drugged women. And they made a new law that said that basically, if a woman wakes up the next morning and feels like she was too inebriated to have said yes, she can go press charges on you. That's how they got Dr. Cosby. Now, R. Kelly, you have 2 parents, 2 different set of parents. Mother and father married. Mother and father married. The Clearys and the Savages. One drops their daughter off to R. Kelly, and he said of his own accord he didn't walk her in. He shook his hand. R. Kelly took her bag, and that was that. The Clearys say that their daughter damn near committed suicide or did commit suicide. Well, yeah, she damn near committed suicide. I'm sorry, she's not dead. And they took her to an R. Kelly concert. Like, what were you getting her to do that she didn't want to do? So when I hear women like Nicki Minaj calling people bullies, I see women like Summer Bunny crying like that. And then I see women like Remy Ma was like, oh, I understand what it's like. It makes me feel good about the type of person that I am because growth is key. You know, Remy, look, Cardi sits right here and Remy Ma sits right there in my head. Because I'm a finagle between those two. I'm not a rapper, but that's kind of what kind of person I would have been if I would have been a city person. If I would have been out there in New York, that's the type of female I would have been. I feel like it's very big of Remy to forgive Nikki, even though she is trying very hard to destroy Cardi B. Just like, you know, R. Kelly is being destroyed and just like Bill Cosby is being destroyed. Now, I feel Cardi B's care because I, as a woman, can identify with men trying to entrap me. And so you have to one-up them. They talk about overstanding. You gotta one-up them. And she has this song Cardi B does that's called Get Up 10. If you're my Facebook friend, and a lot of my subscribers are coming from there, you can click on my page and you can listen to it on there. It's awesome, and it shows she doesn't just talk about having sex and shaking her ass all the time. She explains that this was something she had to do because after going to a school for the arts, nobody wanted to give her a chance because she didn't want to just be having sex with producers. Nicki Minaj knows these things. So why would you destroy a young lady trying to come out of a strip club? That's why I appreciate people like Mona Scott Young, because she does things for you to then decide for yourself. And see, it shows you how God will work in any capacity you let him use you. You don't have to be in the pulpit. If a preacher's supposed to preach, let him preach. But you got to get in your place, because Mona Scott Young was put there to save girls like Cardi B from having to be like Remy Ma, because women who were sleeping with producers, and Nicki Minaj was in a long relationship with Safari. And we didn't find out about that till they was damn near broken up. Now, nobody wants to respect Safari, and she wants to say she's being bullied. They are totally and completely trying to write a narrative and oppress their own people. We can't blame this on hip hop. We can blame this on the people that we have allowed to make it in hip hop. Just like we can blame our school systems on the people. Because this is the thing. I was an educator. I can guarantee that superintendents have gone with teachers. I wasn't available for that. I lost my job. This is what I'm saying when I say them hoes let you know if you're not ready for this, you might as well go home. They let me know. We have women that told wives in this town, I'll make your husband leave you. And then they lose their job and now they back here pregnant. Teaching. This my thing. How y'all trying to get in entertainment and act like these men raping y'all when I can look at a job in journalism and I can look at a job in teaching and I can see. That's why I was so hurt when everybody was trying to play OJ like he had to kill Nicole. That's why he let her go. Didn't you hear what he was saying in the background of those tapes? She was spending so much money. She was getting her life threatened. He was trying to get her off cocaine. Okay, so Captain Save-A-Hoes, learn your woman. Is R. Kelly and them, Bill Cosby and them. Y'all done let some good women go. And it shouts out to all the husbands that know what to do with a queen. It's now 16 minutes and 25 seconds in. This is your girl, Civil Disobedience. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about it. You know, let them know. I'm trying to raise awareness to women in radio who want to present a more wholesome atmosphere to hip hop. I love hip hop. I remember artists like Yo-Yo, Mia X. I could cry. And when I see people like Nicki Minaj make it, when I see this girl, Summer Bunny, on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, it makes me tired because at 36, when all I wanted to do was have a radio show in Mississippi or Louisiana, and that's how they doing bitches in New York, it lets me know I'm not alone. And that feels good. So you get happy sometimes that you're not in the struggle alone because misery does love company. At the same time, I'm happy to see a woman make it. And I'm glad for Cardi B. I'm glad for Remy Ma. Because when you hear their music and what they went through as women, and if you've ever been on the bad side of men, if you've had a good husband, that's remarkable. But if you've ever been on the bad side of men, you understand what it is to be a bitch with 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? I know I got some subscribers who saved and whatnot, but you know, sometimes you have to be that bitch with Jesus and a gun. You know what I'm saying? And so this is my platform to build for myself past my little small raggedy hometown into more for myself without a man to shoot for me. I'm shooting for myself.